I got pieces of trees laying around. How come you got this piece of tree in your house, Bob? Well, it's going to become a piece of furniture. It has to dry. The lumber has to dry really well before you can make it into furniture. So all winter long I've been putting up with the bark falling off of it and sap running out. It's a good thing I'm letting them dry inside. They get good and dry because when trees grow, they twist, and when they dry, they shrink and they counter twist. So those boards started out good and flat earlier this fall, and now they're slightly twisted. It might be hard for you to see, but I can see they've twisted quite a bit over the winter. Like that used to set flat, and now it rocks, you know, so. And the bark is starting to fall off. But they're getting good and dry. Like I wouldn't be afraid to start turning them into furniture right about now. In the summertime, the river's kind of noisy, but this time of year, all the water's under ice, so you can't hear it. I always liked being out of the city and into the woods and away from civilization. And I didn't realize just how much I enjoyed that until I started spending more time out. It's not possible to be totally free of civilization, and I don't want to be totally free of civilization. I want to be able to get to town and get foods and things. I discovered that when I spent time alone in the bush, it was even better than if I was with other people. Sometimes when I go out, you know, like just recently I'll go off on snowshoes and snowshoe out some territory I've never been before. And I'll think about, you know, it's very possible that no human being has ever set foot on this soil before, ever. I mean, many of my steps that I take are in places where pretty good chance, even as long as there's been human activity and life on the earth, there's a pretty good chance that no other human being has set foot in this area before. And going along the same lines of how when you're out in the woods by yourself, your sensitivities change. You become sensitive to different things than you would in the city. You can also tell where the hot spots are. And you're going, well, what does he mean, hot spots? And when I refer to hot spots out here in the wilderness, to me, hot spots are the places where life is easy. And any place that you have an abundance of salmon congregating regularly in the summers, that would be a hot spot. It's a hot spot for the salmon, it's a hot spot for the bears, the coyotes, the wolves, anything that needs something to eat is going to go there. They're all going to congregate at that hot spot and either feed on those fish or feed on each other, and including humans. So ancient peoples that lived here long before we ever came also congregated in those hot spots, and they have left evidence behind. You can tell they've been here. And so when I talk about, there's a lot of places I go where I know pretty good chance no human being has ever set foot in this piece of soil before. There's other places I go that are absolute wilderness that I can tell real good chance a lot of people have set foot on this particular piece of soil over the eons as well.